Welcome to Non-Work Related.
A podcast about everything we didn't have to clear with HR this week.
We're your non-business casual hosts,
Robin
and Mike.
We've got some things we'd like to discuss.
Off the clock.
All right, so welcome back to Non-Work Related podcast. Wow.
Wow!
Well, all right. Welcome back to the Not Work Related Podcast, episode 9.
Let's go.
Whether this is your first time or your 9th time, we would appreciate you spending an hour with us.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you don't need to take your shoes off to enter this room, so come on in.
Yeah, stay a while.
What's good?
So we ended episode 8 talking about your birthday. That was the next thing coming up.
Yes.
So, How was your birthday?
Oh, it was good. Yeah, it was, my 31st birthday, big, monumental year. Not really, kind of sad, actually. Right. But it was good. I went to the Angels-Yankees game on Thursday. Alyssa bought us cool seats in the Brewery X kind of restaurant patio area.
Okay.
Their food there is way better than in the stadium, just so you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had a pretzel that was like a fresh baked pretzel, really, really good, a cheese sauce and a nice mustard sauce.
Okay.
And we had, it was like a pulled pork nacho, I think.
Sounds right.
Yeah, it was really good.
Okay.
Really good. We had a good time. My actual birthday, which is Wednesday, because that was on Thursday. We just had a nice dinner at home. So my favorite takeout, Coco Ichibanya. It's a Japanese curry. Chicken cutlet, a little bit of rice.
There you go.
Really, really good. Had a great time.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, and then the Angels almost pulled it off for you too, since it was your birthday against the Yankees, who are a team that's rolling right now.
Yeah.
So the fact that they made it that competitive, they're really trying for you.
No, it was a great.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's ever been to an Angels Yankee game. I mean, regardless of record, regardless of what time of season it is, that stadium's always packed. It's always, the energy's there. There's a lot of Yankee fans, of course, as we know, and they like to yell things, which,
Yeah,
but,
my brother-in-law is a Yankees fan, so.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Well,
so I've been in those games before. I'm very familiar.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
The energy was good. The crowd was fun.
Yeah.
It was a close game until it wasn't, of course. But no, we had a great time, for sure. Yeah.
The other thing we talked about in episode 8 was on your birthday, I was doing the open mic over at the Doll Hut
Yes,
in
sir.
Anaheim.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it's mainly it's world famous, but it's mainly for punk bands. It's a punk bar.
Mm-hmm.
You can see based on the band stickers that are covering every inch of the walls in there.
Yeah.
But Cocky Rocky, she hosts a comedy night the last Wednesday of every month, which your birthday fell on the last Wednesday of the month.
Yeah.
So from 8 to 10, it's a regular comedy show with comedians that are traveling. And then from 10 to 12, it's an open mic.
Okay.
So they have $3 non-alcoholic drinks and they have $5 alcoholic drinks.
Awesome.
So,
that crowd's going.
Yeah, it's affordable, it's cozy, there's
Nice.
cool people that are well hydrated.
Yeah. Clearly. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's $10 to go to the comedy show.
Okay.
And then it's free to do the open mic.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So it's a lot of fun in there. You won't really know where you're going to be in the open mic until you arrive, because that's when you sign up.
Yeah.
So basically, you got to figure everyone's doing like 5 to 10 minute sets. So you just got to kind of look at where you are on the list, and you'll have an idea of when you're going up.
Yeah.
So when you first walk in, there's a good sized stage to your right.
Yeah.
And right in front of you, when you first walk in the door, is like a wraparound bar.
Yeah.
On the back side of that bar is a couple bathrooms and like a little arcade area.
Okay.
To the right of the stage is a table and chairs area. And then right behind that is an outdoor patio.
Okay.
So when you walk up to it looks pretty small from the outside, especially when you're looking at the parking lot. You figure it's going to be a small place.
It's like on a corner, so it looks pretty tiny.
It's good size in there. You can fit a good amount of people. So it's a rocking spot to crack some jokes. I like it there. Yeah, you'll have to make it out sometime.
I will. Yeah, I mean, I've driven by it a handful of times living here in Anaheim. I've seen the sign out front. It's the classic. I think the original sign is still there. It says Doll Hut.
It's his world famous Doll Hut. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got kind of like the water tank. Look
Yeah.
to it. Yeah.
I'll have to check it out for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The other thing that happened, it was a pretty busy weekend actually. The other thing that happened was our anniversary.
Yes, congratulations. By the
Yes,
way.
you're very familiar. You were there from day one. You
literally-
came with me. To
Night
meet her in
one.
person. Yes,
Literally night
yes.
one. I was there.
Yes, you were. So we went out to celebrate. We decided to have a nice dinner at the Gulfstream
Yep.
in Newport Fashion Island.
Yes.
So it's a classy, like, nautical themed restaurant. More
Mhm.
bang for your buck than like a typical steakhouse.
Yeah.
They do have a kind of wardrobe that you have to have to
Sure.
go in there. It's more so for the men, so you don't show up in like a hat and like a jersey.
Yeah.
The ladies, there's not too many items on you
Yeah.
can't wear. But so
Like light business casual kind of.
right.
Yeah.
So we went in. We got the heavenly biscuits with butter and honey,
Love it.
and the fresh grilled California artichokes. They're flavorful. They're meaty. That's got a good spread. You can dip it in. That was our appetizer. You've had both those items before. What did you think of them?
Yes, no, but I mean, as far as starters go, I
Yeah.
mean, because you don't want, sometimes with starters, like typically a lot of appetizers, they could be, like calamari sometimes it's fried or things like that.
Right.
But they get a fresh smoked artichoke, which
Yes.
it's meaty, but it's not too heavy.
Right.
And you get that good aioli to go with it. That's probably one of the best starters I've ever had, appetizers for sure.
Yeah.
And then if you have great bread, I mean, that's a good staple for the rest of the meal. So,
Absolutely.
excellent. Both were excellent.
Yeah,
For sure.
And then for the entrees, we had the rotisserie chicken, which is herb roasted in pan juices with a side of wild rice. And then we had the mustard barbecue beef ribs,
Yep.
which are slow roasted, just
Mm.
fall off the bone tender.
Yeah.
And then they came with a side of coleslaw. You've had the ribs before.
Yes, I know how good those things are.
Yeah,
those,
so good.
I mean, there's only a handful of spots in California, at least around here, where like the barbecue is completely legit. That is definitely one of the most legit ribs I've had for
Yes.
sure. Not even close.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And then we shared a Hillstone Negroni, which had a hint of lime, an old fashioned with bitters and an orange twist.
Yeah. Old fashioned, like me.
Right.
Yeah.
You're an old soul definition. And then we had the Jackrabbit, which has freshly squeezed grapefruit and mint. All of these drinks, very flavorful, tasty.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, like the whole meal, so good.
Yeah.
Like, if you eat there, you can't stop talking about how good it was until you get to wherever you're going next.
Yeah.
It's so good there.
I mean, every time I drive past there, living locally, it's always busy.
Yeah.
It's always packed. There's always people there.
Yeah.
Making reservations is always recommended.
Right.
They
And
do it right.
reservations.
Period.
Yeah.
They just do it really right. There's
Yeah.
no other way to put it, for sure.
Yeah. And then, we're full. That's a lot of stuff that I just listed off. So we're pretty full.
Yeah.
So you want to, sweat that meal out.
Yep.
So we chose to do that at Neptune's Lagoons in Anaheim.
Okay.
Have you ever been?
No, never
Okay.
been to Neptune's.
So it's like a generic storefront, small parking lot. You'll drive right past it if you don't know where to look.
Okay.
But when you get inside, in the waiting lobby, there's like Greek gods and underwater fins, really trying to get you in the mood.
Sure.
There's also some random like USC football stuff. I don't know
Yeah.
if that does it for you. But
Fight on.
yeah,
Let's go.
but they're really trying to fire you up before you go in.
Wow.
So there's like,
Okay.
there's about 4 to 5 different rooms inside this place.
Sure.
They're all different sizes and different decorations. So I recommend getting a reservation.
Okay.
The only way to get a reservation, you have to pay in person. Unless you
Okay.
have a gift card from them, then you can do it over the phone.
Okay.
They charge a minimum of 2 hours. So depending on which room size you pick, it's an average of about $50 an hour, so $100.
Okay.
They don't charge for a second person, so the two of us paid one fee.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah, for $7 more, we added candles because this was nighttime. And if it's during the day, you don't really need to because they have a skylight. But at night, it helps. You don't have to turn the lights up, So we got a big room. Highly recommend it. You walk in. There's a big hot tub in the middle with jets. They set it to 92 degrees,
Okay.
which I recommend getting in the hot tub and get kind of acclimated first before you tell them to increase the heat.
Sure.
Because it takes a lot longer for it to cool off than it does to heat up.
Okay.
So really like 92, 94, it's good.
It's like a day spa kind of a deal?
Well,
or-
yeah, so you got the hot tub there, right? It's got like beads hanging around it. There's the skylight right above it.
Okay.
To the left of that is a shower, so you can shower off before you get in the hot tub.
Got it.
I definitely recommend that because they pride themselves on their hot tubs. That's
Okay.
their focal point. They literally drain the water and add new water every day, so this thing is clear.
Okay.
So if you're, walking around in flip-flops all day and you got like dirty feet or you're sweating because you're doing stuff, then it'll show in the water.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
sure. Yeah.
you want to shower off before you get in.
Okay.
To the right of the hot tub is like a couch bed with pillows, a big mirror behind it, candle accents. To the right of that is a sauna.
Okay.
Now, they don't leave it on, so you have to tell them when you want it to turn on, and it heats up pretty quick.
Okay.
I got pretty toasty in the sauna.
Yeah.
And then right outside the sauna to the right is a Bluetooth radio, so you can just have music playing either from the radio or from your phone. And then to the right of that, they have a chair with another big, huge mirror behind it, more candle accents. There's Poseidon and mermaids like everywhere in this room. It's a fun thing. Like it's a cool like couple hours to kind of just just the two of you just go in there and have a good time. They provide the towels, and then you provide the imagination to unlock this room's potential. Those 2 hours went by pretty quick.
Nice. It sounds relaxing. Just kind of.
Oh yeah, the hot tub was fantastic.
Yeah.
The sauna, I don't normally do saunas too much because I'm more of a cool guy than a hot guy.
Sure.
So it got a little toasty in there for me. I was like, whew, like breathing. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm ready to leave this sauna.
Yeah.
But the hot tub was awesome.
Nice.
And yeah, it's super relaxing in there. Like you can add more hours if you decide you want to, unless they already have reservations booked behind you. Then they'll be like, no.
Yeah.
But he even said like you can add more time if you wanted to. But
nice.
I think 2 hours was good.
Where's that off of? Off of where?
You'd have to look it up.
Okay.
I've only been there the one time, and I used navigation the whole time. But it's in Anaheim. It's Neptune's Lagoons. It's the only one that pulls up.
Okay.
But it was cool. It was cool 2 hours.
Nice.
And then the other thing that happened that weekend, like I said, it was a busy weekend. Well, I also had the retirement dinner party.
Oh yeah.
For David Skaggs for Orange Coast College acting department. He was the guy that got me into acting. He kind of pushed me towards it because he saw something, and he was there 39 years.
Wow.
Yes. So this was at Acapulco in Costa Mesa.
Yes.
So Mexican food, buffet,
Mm-hmm.
and students. And you can imagine the variety of students when he's been there 39 years.
Oh, yeah.
The ages, but also the professional level. Like, there were famous actors there. There were business owners, like just a variety of people.
Yeah.
All coming out to show support.
Very cool.
There's a big thing that we, all signed for him and stuff. In his 39 years, he saw it all, he taught it all, he directed it all. He's got a great mind for it, and he's kind of soft-spoken, so it entices you to kind of lean in to hear what he's saying, and he's always very insightful. He was a great teacher.
Yeah.
So it was cool seeing all the people come out and support for him.
So that's up for 39 years. He's just acting. That was his.
Yeah, he like I said, he taught in the acting department.
Wow.
So now he still directs just outside of Orange Coast College.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So that was really cool. I mean, I hope he is enjoying the fruits of his labor.
Absolutely.
I hope his retirement treats him as well as
39 years of anything. I don't care what you did. You deserve it.
No, seriously.
Enjoy.
Cheers to 39 years.
39 years of whatever.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. So it was a fun time. A lot happened since the last episode.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot going on. For
Yeah.
sure.
That was close. I've seen you cartwheel on our trampoline.
I did?
Night one. Very first night. You busted out your cartwheel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I did. That's
Yes.
right.
And then you even posed at the end. Do you remember your pose? You kind of did like a... I can't even impersonate it. You did like a... There's this very... Yeah. Right at the end.
I sold it.
Yeah, you sold it big time.
Yeah.
Applause. Cards came up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't cartwheel on the trampoline. It's not my go-to. But the girls love getting me out on the trampoline.
Yeah.
Because you can imagine, like, two girls jumping on a trampoline, they don't get a lot of air.
Yeah.
Because it's based on the actual, like, force that pushes it.
It gets you up. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they always want me to go out because I can double bounce them. They're going to jump twice as high if I'm out there jumping.
Mm-hmm.
The problem, to properly double bounce, you do have to get pretty close to the person that you're trying to bounce.
Yeah.
So when someone is rocketing into the air and they're surprised by how quickly they're shooting up, innately, you just shoot your arms out.
Yeah.
Like a bird, like a plane that you've seen soaring above you, your hands just shoot out when you're flying up into the air.
Yeah.
So
kind of free falling-ish.
Yeah, so I dropped an excellent double bounce.
Okay.
One of my best.
Yeah.
And my reward for this was I got scratched in the eye and the nose simultaneously because her arms corkscrewed when she went up into the air, and it went slash slash. Now, since the nose was the last thing that she scratched, that's all I felt. Have you seen Major Payne with Damon Wayans?
Yes.
Okay. When he gets the guy shot in the stomach with the gun, how does he distract him from this gunshot wound that he thinks he's going to die from? He breaks his finger.
Yeah.
So now all he's thinking about is his finger.
Yeah.
So all I was thinking about was my nose, because that's all that got hit last, right? So that's where the pain is.
Yeah.
So I'm still bouncing. I'm still, trying to do my thing. And I'm just thinking, because I'm jumping and I haven't been on the trampoline for a little while, that maybe I'm sweating a little more than normal.
Yeah.
So I think there's some sweat in the corner of my eye. And I go to wipe it, and it burns. And I look down, and I see blood, and I'm like, wow, she got me.
Yeah.
She got me good. So, yeah, just be careful. I don't recommend getting into a physical fight on a trampoline.
Yeah.
Because based on, force and the way it kind of redirects things, you could get hit twice. You can get hit twice as hard.
Yeah.
Or in my case, both.
Yeah.
Simultaneously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
that's
yeah.
that's rough, because you're just trying to be like fun.
Yeah.
Fun out there. Let's jump around. Then you just catch one.
Yeah.
Right off the side. That's tough. That's tough. That's really tough.
Yeah, it wasn't my day on the trampoline, because then because you don't wear shoes on the trampoline.
Yeah.
So then I also stepped on bones. Because, we have owls now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and owls, they eat, rodents and stuff. And we have a big, huge, great horned owl that actually perches right above the trampoline.
Yeah.
And so not only did I get, scratched up in the face, but then I stepped on a bone, and it, got me in the foot.
Oh, yeah.
And so then I was like, what? And I looked down, and I found a few different bones. So now we got to make sure we clear off the trampoline for bones, because there's a few owls now. We got 3 owls.
Just throwing away the carcass.
Yeah. It's a little habitat back there. Yeah. It's pretty wild.
That's, I can't quite relate. Parker's just 9 months last Wednesday. So congratulations, Parker. 9 months. I'm so proud of you. I love you.
Yeah, you made it, man.
You did. That's a long time on this earth, 9 months, believe it or not.
Yeah.
That's a long time to be alive in this day and age that we're in. We were just sitting there the other
It's
day.
getting dark, dude. It's like...
No. Perspective, anyway.
What year is it?
So we're just sitting there.
Pretty old these days.
9 months at a time. And
live your life 9 months at a time.
9 months at a time. Yeah. So we're just sitting there watching TV the other day, and I'm kind of just holding him, right? And he's like, look, we're both looking at the TV, and then I think
it's good to get him focused on the TV at a young age too.
Yeah. ESPN though.
Get him watched.
Just ESPN. We're not watching Miss Rachel or Bluey or whatever. Whatever they say is
for kids.
Whatever they say is for the kids is not what we're watching.
Yeah. Sports.
Strictly sports. Yeah. Sports, maybe horse racing, depends.
They learn more lessons in sports than they would on these child programs.
ABCs or life. I mean, your choice.
Right.
So we're just sitting there watching TV, and I'm just holding him, and then he has these weird moments of excitement where his hands will just kind of go, and he's just kind of screaming a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, his face was here, and my face is right here, just watching the TV, and he kind of turned. And I was just focused on the TV, so my peripheral's not really over in this direction. Then all of a sudden, his hand just comes out of nowhere and slices me right here.
Actually, if you turn this way, you can still see the mark on those.
Right here. Yeah. I had no idea it was coming. And his nails are sharp. So
his nails are sharp.
Yeah, they're extremely sharp. So he got me good. So I completely relate again. Sometimes you just catch one, you're like, oh. Yeah. But you can't be that mad, because then you don't want them to be upset or...
Right. It's not their fault. You don't make them feel guilty or something,
Yeah.
But
got me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Pet peeve of the week.
So we stopped at a gas station.
Okay.
This is after 2 a.m. Because we went to Ren's Social House.
Yep. Tustin.
Right, in Tustin.
Yep.
They used to be called Pineapple Hill Grill, but then they had a bar rescue. And part of John Taffer's plan for them was the renaming, and now they're Ren's Social House.
Yeah.
So Tuesday through Sunday, they do karaoke there from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. That's why it's after 2 a.m. We were there the whole time.
Yeah.
We were there specifically for Jonah. Jonah is the KJ. He's one of the KJs over there.
Okay.
And he is one of the best in the biz. He's sweet, unless you aren't. He's funny, especially if you aren't. He can keep the line moving, and that boy can sing.
Okay.
Yeah, whether it's, just to get the crowd back into it or to help you out. If you go into Ren's and you're walking up to the computer to put your song in, and Jonah's the one taking your order, you're in for a treat.
Okay.
Yeah, he's great. So we were feeling good as we're entering this gas station after 2. So as you can imagine, after 2, it's one person working.
Yeah.
It's usually some kid.
Some great.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the person in front of us asked this kid, hey, are you out of essential oils?
At a gas station?
Yes. I can see the back of his head only, but I can tell this guy's messing with this kid. Like you said, you don't find essential oils at a gas station. No. And if you do, they're not out of them because no one else is buying them.
Yeah.
Because that's not where you go for essential oils.
No. You go to, Bath and Body Works.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's messing with this kid.
Yeah.
Because he knows this kid doesn't know what he's talking about. So based on this kid's gas station training, because that's where he works, he is thinking, what is an essential oil that you would find at a gas station? That would be motor oil.
Yeah.
Because it is essential for your car.
Vehicle.
Yes. So now this kid who cannot process the 2 a.m. essential oil humor from this guy is now going over to the oil section to try and assist this guy and find the oil for his car. And this guy is just chuckling away because that was the joke. He was trying to make this kid feel stupid because he was bored. And I've worked front desk for businesses that were open late or open 24 hours.
Yeah.
This is very common, especially when you're young.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm going to get this guy.
My first job.
Yeah.
I'm just going to screw him.
I'm going to show him. I'm going to school him on some stuff.
Go to bed.
Right. I mean, the kid's going to be embarrassed, of course, right?
Yeah.
And also, we are now waiting for you to finish this joke that you've been giggling about and to get your rocks off. You've been all excited about, I'm going to mess with this kid. Like, you're all getting pumped up before you walk in the gas station.
Yeah.
So now we're trying to buy gas, a couple sodas and a snack, and we're trying to wait for this guy to finally drop the punchline, when the kid goes there and it's not oil that he was talking about.
Yeah.
Like, it's so annoying.
No, that's really annoying.
Especially having gone through it when I was working those types of jobs. I'm like, come on, dude. Like, move it along, man.
Yeah, I've never worked a true graveyard shift, but I have worked, working for a movie theater at one point when I was in college. You work a lot of midnight premieres, right?
Yep.
So one of the midnight premieres, it was a longer movie. It was started at 12:30 and probably went till about 3:30 credits, everything, right?
Right.
And then you always get the people. It was just so annoying. Like we're trying, it's 3 a.m. We're cleaning everything up at this point. Like we're done, and you got people coming out after the movie. Oh, when do you guys start serving breakfast? Bruh. It's almost 4 a.m. I just want to go home.
Yeah, you're not in the energy or mindset to respond to this. You're just trying to finish up your job and get out.
Get out of there.
Yeah.
There's a time and a place to make jokes or whatever. Not anybody on graveyard shift.
No.
If you're walking into a gas station on graveyard shift, you're in there, get your stuff, out. That's it.
Yeah, and these people think that they're making this person's night. Like, I'm making their night because this is going to be so memorable for them. I'll bet their shift was so boring, and now I made it, fun and exciting. No, he didn't. He just annoyed them.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah.
That's.
I don't know. Sometimes people need what they think is funny and what's actually funny are so different, and anyway. Yeah. Shout out to that kid. I feel sorry for you. Good for you if you didn't just lock that guy.
You handled it well.
Yeah.
Honestly, kid.
Yeah. Cheers to you.
Yeah, with what you had to work with, you did a good job.
Cheers to you.
What a dive.
Canyon Inn.
Speaking of Bar Rescue.
Yeah.
That was one of the first seasons of Bar Rescue.
Bar Rescue, yeah.
John Taffer went to Canyon Inn with Polly Ambrose, the owner of that bar.
Yep.
New York guy, baseball player.
Yep.
So that was an interesting episode.
Yeah, it was.
I still remember him crushing the cans with the bat in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So this was our first time going there.
It was. Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think?
I thought it was a great time. I mean, they had a bunch of screens up, bunch of sports on. Baseball Super Regionals going on right now for college.
Yeah.
So we were watching a bunch of sports, a bunch of the regular.
It was an exciting game.
It was a great game.
Yeah.
But every Saturday they have this local group that comes in, and they're there every Saturday for the breakfast, which we didn't know going in that their breakfast was apparently pretty well known.
Every single one of them got the country fried steak.
Yes.
With the eggs and the potatoes and the side of gravy. Every single one of them got it.
Yeah.
And at one point I was like, should we split one? Like
I was thinking about
even
that
though we
too.
already had breakfast, I was thinking about just getting another one just to try it.
It looks pretty good.
They were selling it.
They were.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was just a really cool, classic kind of sports dive bar. Bartender, super sweet. She was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I really appreciate, and you don't see it a lot anymore because everywhere you go is like digital transactions or whatever with the turnaround fancy iPad looking thing.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you noticed when we closed out, she handed us the handwritten tab.
Yeah.
You don't see that anymore.
Yeah, you see servers writing on it.
Yes.
And then they enter that into the computer.
System.
Yeah, you never see it come back to you to.
Yes. So that was just a small thing I appreciate because that just kind of takes you back a little bit.
You love things that take you back.
I live for it.
Yeah.
But no, I thought
all nostalgic. I did see a little tear forming in your eye.
Yeah.
When she handed that over.
And it wasn't the guy next to me who had his hand sliced open. But anyway.
Yeah.
But no, drinks reasonably priced. Beers and drinks $5-6 a piece. I mean, it was nothing outlandish, especially for between the two of us. It was really reasonably priced. They had a bunch of sports memorabilia on the wall from like local sports legends. I mean, Phil Nevin went to Cal State Fullerton.
Yep.
Chad Cordero, who went to Cal State Fullerton, he had his jersey on the wall too.
Yeah.
And even she was the bartender mentioned she was a season seat holder for Cal State Fullerton until about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And so it's just really cool when you can kind of meet people who are all invested in local sports like that.
Yeah.
And everyone can kind of just chop it up. It was really cool. Really good time.
It was a pretty good sized bar too.
It was.
Yeah. You got the big wraparound bar to your left.
Yeah.
Bunch of bar stools around it. Bunch of tables and chairs around that. Then you have kind of like the game area where they have the stage and they have like pool tables.
Yeah.
So they have the stage because they actually do some events each night.
Yeah.
I saw Wednesday they do karaoke.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Thursday they do $2 tacos.
Yep.
Friday they have a DJ.
Saturday is live music after 9.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then Sunday they do a brunch at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
So good chance to try their breakfast.
Yep. 9 a.m. brunch, Canyon Inn. Go try it out. Let us know.
Tuesday they don't do anything.
Nothing.
So if you're there on a Tuesday night, you're just there to drink.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
And then on Monday they did like a jukebox pool.
Yeah.
So they have the jukebox going and people playing like pool, probably like a tournament type thing.
Yeah.
But that's it. So yeah, there's little events going on.
Yeah.
I think they had like a golf game behind us or something.
Yeah,
like
Golden Tee. Yeah. You a good pool player? You play pool?
Yeah, I play pool.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should go on that.
Yeah.
I'm decent at pool. I wouldn't say I'm great, but I can play.
Okay.
A little bit.
Yeah, I'll play pool for sure.
Sure.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
All right.
But yeah, it was good, and it was mostly the people.
Yeah.
We walked in, there was just one guy sitting there because he said he gets there early.
Yeah.
But then they just all started piling in.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good conversations going.
Yeah, whenever somebody else walked through the door, they're like, "Hey,
yeah,
Joey, hey."
Yeah.
Like everybody knew
each other.
They all came in order. Like it was kind of like a cheers situation.
Absolutely.
But no, all the regulars are really cool. It's just a good vibe all around.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I like the joke that actually wasn't a joke, but I thought was a joke, and it made me laugh until I realized it wasn't. Which was, you asked, "Where's the restroom?" And there's literally this fat, green, glowing neon sign that says,
but it's in the
men's
back
room.
It's in the back corner, though.
No, you can see it clear as day. And so you asked, "Hey, where's the restroom?" And she points back and goes, "It's the green sign right there." And then she turned to the guy to ask him if he was done with his food. But I thought she was talking to you. So she was like, "Oh, it's the green sign in the back." And then she's like, "Are you dumb?" I started laughing because I thought she said, "Are you dumb?" But she was asking the guy if he was done with his
food. Yeah.
So I was laughing and she was wondering why I was laughing.
Well, I mean, for
a joke that wasn't a joke.
First time there, I mean, you're not familiar with the layout yet. You just have to ask honest questions because there's one hallway right here. And then I didn't see the back hallway. So it happens.
Right.
Are you dumb?
Are you dumb? I wish.
That's 10 a.m. Saturday bartender energy.
Absolutely.
For sure.
No. I mean, and then she had you were talking about the guy that cut his hand.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She cleaned him up pretty good.
She did. No, honestly, it was one of the more immediate, she wiped down the bar real quick, had a towel ready.
Yeah.
Make sure, stop the bleeding, of course.
Put some pressure on his
Put
finger.
the pressure on it. Brought up the antibiotic, Band-Aid. Guy was good as right as rain. He was good to go.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff in that kit because she was listing off things. Do you need this? Do you need this? Do you need this? Like,
yeah,
they can handle some stuff there.
Yeah.
So if you're in Canyon Inn and worse for the wear,
yeah,
they got a kit for you.
They got you.
They got you covered.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff she was naming off, like you name it, like
the trauma
pool ball, the cube goes through you or something. Like they'll patch you up and get you on your way.
Yeah, come in with a sore shoulder from out there playing baseball or softball or something. They had Bengay in the kit, ready to go.
Absolutely,
get you going.
Literally, they got you covered.
But no, great spot. Canyon Inn over in Yorba Linda. Yeah. It's kind of not tucked away, but it's a little.
It is kind of tucked away. Because it's behind, what was that, a gas station right there?
Gas station, yeah.
It's literally behind the gas station. So you can either turn before the signal,
which
go
I did
past the gas station, then go right into it, or you can go past the gas station, make a left at the signal,
and then
go up the way and turn into it. Either way, you don't really see it from the street.
Yeah.
Because it is behind a gas station.
That's why I got confused, because my map had me going up, and then it's on the left, and I kept looking, and I was like, oh, I see there's a gas station here, but maybe I have to go to the light, and then it rearranged my map, and I was like, oh, I gotta go. So,
but once you turn back, there's actually quite a few businesses there.
There was.
So Porky's Pizza, there was a jiu-jitsu, there was a few different things back there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't really see it from the street at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, again, really cool spot, kind of a classic sports bar. Mm-hmm. You guys are in the area, definitely check it out, for sure.
Yeah, go there on Saturday morning. You'll meet some cool people.
You will.
Yeah, they were fun.
The Outlaw, oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're the Outlaws.
The Outlaws, yeah.
Yeah.
Every day Saturday for breakfast, they're all hilarious. It was really fun.
Yeah, no, the banter, the stuff they were just ribbing each other on, and it was fun.
It was good.
It was fun,
really,
nonstop.
Really
yeah,
for sure. So Canyon Inn again, our bartender Terry. Thank you for a great experience. Your banter with all the customers, being very friendly with us, we really appreciate it. I just want to shout you out, and thank you so much. It was a great time, for sure.
You're just saying that so she doesn't cut you next time, right?
Okay, that was...
I mean, I was, after that dude got cut by that glass, whenever she went to set something down, I was like...
It was... I don't even think it was complete, well...
He even said he was lucky that he wore flip-flops and shorts, because he got kind of doused.
He did.
Yeah. He said, man, I was going to wear tennis shoes and socks. I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, he got drenched.
But no, we had a great time, Terry. Thank you so much. And we'll definitely be back to the Canyon and try the biscuits and gravy, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that guy's finger's going to heal.
Yeah.
It was probably like that before. The whole weird, bend thing.
Yeah, that was normal.
Yeah.
The purple thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, normal.
Yeah. I'm just noticing it now.
I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I think...
Not a doctor, either.
I think it's okay.
It's probably fine.
Yeah. Alyssa, we can look...
Yeah, we know a couple ladies in the medical field. We could...
Well, cheers to your finger is safe.
Yes, to your finger. You missed that men's room sign, though, so...
That was... Okay. First time there. I actually went to the women's restroom. That's a whole other conversation, but...
Whoa!
Let me explain. Okay. She said green light. There's actually a green light in that hallway,
Oh, you were kidding?
No, I wasn't kidding.
Oh.
Okay.
I thought you were...
Because...
I thought that was a bit.
No. Definitely not.
Walked into the women's room.
Because I was like, oh, maybe that's their only restroom. Because there was a green light on that wall, like a beer advertising, like a Heineken beer sign or something. I was like, oh, green light, and I went that way.
Right.
So, missed it.
Well, luckily there was only guys in there, so...
Yeah, I wouldn't have.
So no one would have been in the women's room. So.
Yeah, so...
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Not a bit.
So now you know what both restrooms are like. Good for you. Good for you.
Alyssa, I'm so sorry. That was my fault.
Oh, God.
I was going to tell you at the bar, but then I was like, no, I'm going to save it for the pod.
I'm glad you told me in real time while it was recording.
Yeah, because that's gold right there.
Jeez.
It was clean, though. It was very clean.
I'm glad you took the time to figure out how clean it was.
It was very clean in there.
Before leaving.
Yeah. No, it was nice. Quality paper towel. Can't beat it.
Probably because no one was in there using it.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Okay.
Except me.
Except you. Yeah. Glad you kept it warm for him.
Hey,
good job. Somebody's got to do it. So.
Oh my God.
There's a hole in that wall.
So for our pre-Canyon Inn breakfast, we went to Esperanza Burger.
Yep.
It's about 4 minutes away, so really close.
Right down the street. Right next to the Esperanza High School. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you could tell because literally every single corner and inch of the walls were covered with Esperanza High School like sports stuff from like decades.
We're talking 80s, 90s, 2000s everywhere.
All the way till now, for football, basketball, you name it. So they're definitely supporting their local high school.
Which is awesome. I think there's not enough restaurants, that do that. I think when you're a little local spot like that, you should really invest in the high school. Like if that's, putting their pictures up on the wall, the kids come there for lunch, after games, things like that. Yeah. I think it's really important to really grow local business, but also give the kids somewhere to go after the game, or
Yeah, I think they close at like 8:30, so they close pretty early. I don't know if they'd be open after the game necessarily, but unless it's like a day game or a weekend game, yeah. But we went there because we were looking for a burger, and that was one of the things they're known for. Esperanza Burgers kind of makes sense.
Yep.
So we got a bacon avocado burger.
Yep.
So it was lettuce, tomato, good sized patty in there. I think it was a quarter pounder?
Quarter pounder.
Yeah. Tomato, Thousand Island.
Yep.
Avocado and bacon on a
Mm-hmm.
sesame seed bun.
Perfect.
Yeah. It was a really good burger.
Yep.
I'm
Cooked
glad we got
perfectly.
that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love the Thousand Island and the avocado. That was a nice touch.
That's one thing about a good burger. So like obviously you want the meat to be of good quality, of course.
Both were. The bacon had a good cook on it too.
That's what I'm saying though. If the bacon's crispy, it's not too welty like sometimes bacon gets when it gets too much moisture around it.
Right.
But if the bacon's well done, the avocado's fresh, the lettuce was fresh.
Yes.
You want the meat to be good, but it's the other components of the burger that really kind of sell the whole thing.
Yeah, and like the differences, like how the lettuce and the tomato were so crunchy.
Yeah.
But then the tomato and the beef weren't. And then you got that crispy bacon, but then really soft avocado, like just all the differences, the layers, textures, flavors. It was really good.
And then the Thousand Island wasn't too sweet either. It just had that kind of a nice creamy flavor to it, but it wasn't overly sweet, so it just didn't kind of overwhelm anything on the burger. So the Esperanza Burgers, you did an excellent job. I will definitely be back for that burger for sure.
Yeah. And then the next
good.
thing they're known for is their breakfast burritos.
Yep.
Which it seems like every burger spot we go to, their breakfast burritos are like their number one thing.
Yeah.
But they said that here, so we got the breakfast burger as well. We went with sausage since we already had bacon on the burger.
Yeah.
And it was a good sausage burrito.
It was very good.
Yeah. I didn't really feel like salsa, so we got the salsa on the side. But honestly, I think if the salsa was in the burrito, it would have been better. Because with the salsa on the side, it made the burrito kind of more dry.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, I had the sauce on the side. It definitely kind of livened it up a little bit, for sure.
Yeah.
But all the ingredients were high quality. Everything that was in there was good.
Right.
But yeah, sometimes the salsa...
I'm just saying it would have been nice to get more of that salsa inside the burrito.
Yeah, would have kind of brought it all together more. But no, again, tortilla was well wrapped. Tortilla was grilled a little bit, kept it together. Didn't get too messy like some breakfast burritos do.
Yeah, good potatoes in there.
Yeah, good potatoes, for sure.
Good sausage.
The girl,
fluffy, yeah.
Yeah, the eggs were fluffy. The girl at the front counter was really nice too. We walked in and she said, "Oh, how you guys doing?" Like, it wasn't just like, "Can I take your order?" She said, "Oh, how you guys doing today?"
Right.
Oh no, we're doing a podcast, so we want a burger, we want a burrito, and she was totally accommodating. Gave us all sorts of suggestions. They did a really good job.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. So that was a great spot to grab a meal before we went out.
It was.
So I would definitely go there again. Highly recommend their burrito and their burger for sure.
Yeah. And the other thing that was cool, their whole signage, it was all pretty old school still. Nothing was digital. It was all kind of put up like the little letters you got to stick in the board and everything.
Yeah, it just has like the little sleeves, and you just like slide in the letters, slide in the numbers. So if they need to change the price, they're taking a number out, putting the number back in. Yeah.
Kind of like the old school movie kiosk way back in the day when you have to go out there.
The marquee, I had to change the marquee letters all the time at the kiosk.
The marquee. Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, same thing. You're just slipping them in their little slots.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was very old school, classic diner type feel in there.
They had
the booths were very classic diner.
Yeah.
They had some outside seating too, if you wanted to sit out there, but decent size. There's plenty of room.
No, plenty of room. Yeah, it was a good size restaurant inside.
It's funny. There There's only 3 groups in there when we went because we were pretty much there when they opened.
Yeah.
So it was us. Then there was a couple next to us and a couple behind us.
Yeah.
So this place literally had booths lining the whole wall around the corner down.
And they sat
in the center, and then along this wall as well.
Yeah.
And then both couples sat
between us
on the bookends of us.
I mean, we are attractive. Don't get me wrong.
It's just like the magnetism, right? Is that what you're saying? We just drew them into
the energy. Yeah.
Okay.
But no, really cool spot. The other thing that was really cool, I don't know if you noticed it, when she rang up our order and she took the ticket and they had that classic spinner that you kind of clip the ticket to.
You're so old.
And, but okay, it's the little things you appreciate. You know what? Shut up.
I'm like, this was a great burger. This is a great burger. He's like, yeah, I got you. But did you see the way that they had to stamp the paper on like the
they put the ticket on top of it. They clip it in and spin it around in the kitchen. That's as old school as it gets.
Oh yeah, I forget what it's called, but it's like the Lazy Susan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I saw her slip the ticket up and then spin it so it's on the chef's side.
That just got me fired up.
Spins it back.
That's how I knew my meal was going to be good, because they had that thing going.
That's how you know.
That's how you know.
It's not the reviews.
If you see the spinner, you know it's going to be good.
If I go on Yelp and they're not talking about the spinner, I'm not going.
I'm not going. Period.
Yeah.
So
waste of time.
You know what? I can be old as you want. I don't care. Wisdom. You know what? I point out things that aren't necessarily right in front of your face, but it will pay off.
Our top 5.
Top 5 summer activities. Because summer is here.
Summertime and the living's easy.
Yeah, Mike is on the microphone. So yeah, it is summertime now. As you can tell, it's starting to get warm.
It is.
Yeah.
Sun's out, guns out.
Yes. So what?
Sun's out, guns out.
No. What are your top 5 bun-free summer activities?
Bun-free?
Yes.
Okay.
Keep them in the wrapper, Mike.
All right. So top 5 summer activities, in my opinion, no matter of age. So you can be a child, you can be an adult, and I think these are just fun. Sometimes there may be libations involved, potentially if you're an adult.
How is that age-free if there's libations involved?
No, but you're an adult, which makes these activities still fun.
Okay.
So they're fun activities for children, but if you're an adult and you want to have some libations and do these activities, they're still fun.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It will make more sense once you tell me what these 5 are.
All right. Top 5 summer activities, regardless of age. We're not ageism here. So here we go.
Here we go.
Number 5.
Yeah.
Slip and slide.
How is that regardless of age, though? Like, I don't know very many adults that hit the slip and slide.
No, you see videos all the time, though, if you think about it. There's videos, okay. There's nothing more fun in the summertime. It's 95 degrees outside. You're having an outdoor barbecue, right? And
last time I went on a slip and slide, I got like, because someone didn't clear the rocks out under the slip and slide before they laid it down.
Well, that sounds like user error.
Oh, man, that kind of ruined it for me, though. I know you're supposed to, and then also they used dish soap so you could slide better.
Yeah.
So I got scratched.
You fly off the end.
And like, you know, when you get scratched, you're like, and I went down. And so I went like face first into all that dish soap. And so it got like, my eyes are burning, I'm bleeding. I'm like, this is awesome.
That's exactly.
I couldn't even hit the ramp and then splash on the thing at the end. I didn't get that far. But that was the last time I did a slip and slide, so.
Hence why you need a libation after that slide.
Right.
But yeah, slip and slides, I think, even growing up as a kid, I think they were super fun, especially the ones that you could buy. Like, there was always, like, the classic ones where you just slide at the end and you get up, you run back, do it again. But the ones that...
The classic one where it's got the alligator. So it's got the bar that goes over, and then it's got the alligator, which is just strips of plastic.
Yes.
So that you can fly right through it.
Yeah.
And it shows a gator with its mouth open.
Yes.
And you go full speed, and then you hit the ramp and take a dive through the gator into the pool of water behind the gator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Super fun.
The one. Yeah.
Super fun.
Yeah.
Any slip and slide really, like that one, the gator one for sure is a classic.
Yeah.
The one I thought was fun too is the one where if you can hook up, I think it was one when I was growing up, you could hook up a hose to it and it had like the little like water, like kind of like the Bellagio fountains where the water just constantly shoots over like the center of it, and you're comparing
the Bellagio fountains in Las Vegas
to a slip and
slip and slide in somebody's yard.
I mean, the water coming up out of the ground.
With lights and music.
No, not quite, but very fun. So slip and slide, number 5.
As long as they clear for rocks and they don't go too heavy on the soap. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they're fun.
You know, I never had soap. That's like aggressive.
Well, so that you really slide. Because if you just get it wet, you know, it's not as slippery.
Yeah.
It's slippery enough because it's water.
Like dish soap?
Yeah, dish soap, so that you really just like slick. It makes it slick.
God, I feel like I had a concussion when I was like 6 years old. If that happened. Number 4, wiffle ball.
Okay.
Classic game. You know, just kind of, even if you're not a baseball person, it's kind of one of those things, like you're not playing too seriously. You're kind of lobbing the ball in there. You're playing with the big plastic bat.
Yeah.
Everybody can play. Bases are really short. I think there's nothing better than just a nice sunny day and you're just playing wiffle ball with your friends. Everyone's kind of talking trash. I think it's just a good time.
It's tough to get hurt in wiffle ball, really.
It is.
The ball is huge.
Yeah.
And it's got holes in it.
Yeah.
And it's really like just kind of a light, very, like there's no weight to it. And
No.
It's like light plastic. And then the bat is also huge. The barrel on this thing is massive.
Yeah.
And it is also light plastic. So
Mhm.
even if someone full on doesn't see you there and accidentally like nails you in the head with it, it's really not gonna.
Yeah, it might sting, but it's not going to
But
hurt.
yeah, it's not gonna hurt. So yeah, the chance of getting injured in wiffle ball is very low, and it's fun. Yeah, the way that there's so much movement to the ball when you throw it, when you hit it.
Yeah,
you know what's gonna happen, and all ages can play. Yeah, wiffle ball's fun.
Everybody can play. You know, it's not too intense. Everyone's kind of laid back, having a good time.
Yeah.
So that's definitely number 4.
Okay.
Number 3, I went back and forth with this one, but I thought this one was more fun than the other side of it. So, water balloon fight.
Okay.
So, growing up, obviously, when you're a kid and you can't tie water balloons correctly, and it's the most frustrating thing in the world because you got to like wrap it and pull it and everything.
Right.
But there's nothing better than, you know, you get a nice fat water balloon and you blindside someone, you hit them just right in the side of the face, they won't even see it coming.
Mm-hmm.
But it explodes on impact, so no one's like upset or anything like that.
Yeah. So water balloons are tough because depending, like you said, a big fat one.
Yeah.
If you overfill it, it's gonna be tough to throw.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna kind of move around.
Yeah, it's gonna be a knuckleball.
Yeah, and so more than likely it's gonna go to the ground and splash, and you just wasted your water balloon. That's why I got to keep them small.
Yeah.
So I prefer the smaller ones. Those are the better ones, where it's more like a baseball size.
Okay.
Because those ones you can really whip.
Yeah, you can whip it.
You put something into it, and
Sure.
it hits them. It's going to explode just like it would with the big one, but you're more likely to actually hit somebody.
Yeah.
So I prefer the smaller ones.
How are you water balloon toss? Obviously, everyone.
Yeah, I was good with that.
You have people lining up on both sides. You got to toss the water balloons, right?
Yeah, I've played that game, and on my side, it was always good. I always caught it.
Okay.
Even some of the bigger, wobblier ones, I would still catch it.
Okay.
It's all about just, cradling. So the second it hits your hand, you got to give it some give.
Yeah.
You can't just like catch it because it's gonna pop. Yeah. So that's where a lot of people fall apart, is they see it and and they try and grab it and it explodes in their face.
Yeah.
But I was always good at giving it some leeway.
Catching an egg.
Yeah. Just like catching an egg. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to give it some time for that gravity to
slow down,
and then you bring it back up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was good with that. But definitely the tighter balloons are nice.
Yeah, water balloons in the summertime. A lot of, again, no matter what age.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could go home in summertime, if I drill Alyssa with a water balloon, I think I'd be so fired about that.
Yeah, we do it in the trampoline sometimes.
Oh, okay.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Water balloon fight in the trampoline.
Yeah.
Because they're jumping around, so it's already making them hard to hit because they're jumping around.
Yeah.
And then another thing that we'll do sometimes is we'll get those balls that you fill with water. So what happens is there's a flap on the ball.
Okay.
So you pour the water inside, and then basically the water will then force the flap shut because the flap's on the inside.
Okay.
So you pour the water in to fill it up, and then the weight of the water holds the flap shut.
Is it like a styrofoam ball or like
No, it's like a plastic ball, like kind of rubber or plastic.
Does that hurt?
No.
Okay.
And then you throw it, and then when it hits, it explodes, and then you just fill it up with water again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they're
Got it.
reusable.
Oh, okay,
And
nice.
you can get like a 12-pack of them, and then just start going at it. Yeah, those are fun.
We should do that one day. We should get in the backyard, get like 2 bunkers with those balls, and we should just be like, just firing them at each other.
Oh yeah, I used to do that with snowballs.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the best. When you go up like Big Bear,
Yeah.
and you build a little wall that you can hide behind,
Pack a little ice
and
in
make
it.
a bunch of like snowballs,
Yeah.
and then just like kind of peek over the wall and start chucking them at each other.
You never make an ice ball just to really like prove your point?
No. What, are you like the person that freezes their paintballs before they go?
No, I'm not that.
It's just a jerk.
No. Sometimes you pack a little ice in there just to,
No,
Ah.
no, I never did,
Oh.
and I never froze my paintballs.
I've never been paintballing, actually. But
Oh well, I think we should go paintballing before anything. You gotta go.
I agree.
Yeah,
It'd be
I've
fun.
been paintballing since like high school. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places around here, too, huh?
I usually go to Camp Pendleton.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good spot. Yeah.
But yeah, water balloons, number 3.
Okay.
Number 4, classic one, beach day.
I'm sorry. Did you say number 4?
Oh, I'm going backwards. Number 2. Number 2.
I'm like, deja vu?
Oh, my God.
It's like slip and slide.
All
It's
right.
like, all right.
All right, number 2, beach day. So, summertime, Southern California, notoriously the beach is the go-to.
Right. Unless you live here. It's like people that live in Vegas and don't go to the Strip. Because, like if you live in Southern California, I feel like you don't go to the beach as much as if you're visiting Southern California.
Yeah, I mean, if you're visiting, it's a stop for sure.
Right.
But even for the people that live here, I mean, they're maybe it's kind of like if you're a Disneyland pass holder, you may not go for the whole day.
Yeah.
But you go for a couple of hours, or for during 11 to 3, like lunchtime, whatever. Just kind of get out there for the day, right?
Okay.
It's just kind of a good fun time. Like you set up chairs, get the umbrella, get paddle ball going, spike ball going, beach volleyball if you're really into that.
Sure, if you're really into it, yeah.
Tough sport, but
Yeah.
throwing the football on the. There's nothing better than
beach football is a good workout.
Great
running
workout.
in that sand.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Because you can't quite get the feel off your feet, and so everyone's kind of.
Yeah, and you can fall, you can dive, like sand
Yeah.
is super soft, yeah.
Yeah, so no, just a good classic beach day. I mean, I know a lot of people that aren't the biggest fan of sand because it gets everywhere, of course, in your car, whatever. But as someone like me who clearly tans so well,
Right.
the beach is one
That
beach day.
lobster bisque.
Yeah, lobster
Yeah.
bisque.
Yeah, when I go to the beach though, I don't go very often.
Yeah.
But if I do, I prefer the water stuff over the sand stuff.
Okay.
You've only mentioned like beach stuff, like
Yeah.
in the sand. I prefer like, bodyboarding, waterboarding, wakeboarding, like
Okay.
that type of stuff. I like to get out in the water.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go into the water. It's definitely like part of it. But like I'll roll through the waves. I'll body surf a couple. But
That's it.
that's kind of
It's not your
it
thing.
for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm kind of heavy, so I sink. So.
Right.
But,
Yeah. If you
like,
don't
of
have
course-
your endurance and conditioning up, like
Oh,
you're gonna
that-
get worn out
That
in
sounds
the
like
water.
Is that passive aggressive right
No,
there?
that's what I'm saying. Like swimming
that's
stuff.
passive-aggressive. No.
Swimming stuff.
I can do it. Jeez.
Yeah, but it'll wear you out if you have to do a lot of it. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, like
I was-
constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of your point, not my point.
Yeah.
That was your point.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, is there a part of me that wants to sink to the bottom and discover Bikini Bottom? Of course. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we'll get there someday.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Okay. Yeah, like they have those suits that you can put on and then just drop to the total surface, bottom,
Yeah.
ocean floor and walk around.
Mhm.
Like that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like those really high end like scuba divers that get out there with the full on like the tanks and they go for hours down there looking at everything. I think
Yeah.
I'm not scuba dive certified, but I think that'd be pretty cool. I've done like the snorkeling. You ever done snorkeling?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're like hooked,
Catalina.
yeah, Catalina. You're hooked
Looking
up.
at the Garibaldis down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a good time. So number 2, beach days. A lot of fun. Wear your SPF 50 though. Wear your sunscreen.
And reapply it every couple hours because some people they'll put
Sure.
it on and they think, oh, I'm good to go, and
Yep.
then they end up burning. And why? I used SPF 65 all over. Yeah, well, you got to replace it every couple hours.
I am a notorious one-time applier.
Yeah.
Like in the morning, in the
I was
parking
looking at you
lot.
when I said it. There's been many stories where you've come back looking burnt and you talked about your sunscreen. I asked how many times you reapplied it, and the answer was 0.
If Alyssa is there, I apply it at least twice.
Probably because she reminded you.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Number 1. Okay, this really applies locally, but the Orange County Fair. Every summer, the Orange County Fair comes to town,
Yes.
and you got to go. I know it's crowded. I know it gets expensive. but it's just fun. Because I feel like the fair is kind of one of those things, once you enter in those gates, you kind of let go of any life outside of that for however long the moment is. Because there's the attractions with the animals, the attractions with the food, the drinks, the games, the rides, the shows. I think every year I try and go at least twice because I think it's a really just a good time, for sure.
You just forget about life outside the fair for a couple hours.
Yeah.
I like the rides. I think the rides are fun. A lot of people are scared of them.
Yeah, me.
Because it's not like, Disneyland, which you referenced, where, they're going through checks and balances and they're constantly going through the rides to make sure they're up to code and safe. Yeah. Whereas you go to the fair and you can literally see somebody knocking a bolt in because it was wobbly.
Yeah.
And then I get back on there.
Yeah, it's fine now. Stable.
You see it kind of dip and you're like... but
yeah.
I think it kind of adds to the thrill of it. It's
you never know if you're just going to...
The fact they
launch
they're just going to break it down and build it back up and...
Yeah,
maybe they forgot a piece.
It's a traveling event, so it's not just Orange County, it's LA, it's everywhere. So
yeah,
you better hope those people are packed.
Yeah, but yeah, there's some safety element to it that makes it kind of thrilling more than your theme parks where it's kind of a little jankier.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, more people I think besides the rides, which are fun, but I feel like some people don't like it because it makes them sick. And the reason why it makes them sick is because they're there for the food. Mm-hmm. I think more people are there for the food.
Yeah.
Because they have those fair items that you won't find anywhere else.
Yeah.
They're super unique, kind of pushing the envelope of what is safe to consume.
Yeah. Charlie's Chickens. Perfect example.
Yeah.
Deep fried, anything you could imagine.
Everything.
But yeah, Orange County Fair, it's coming around here next month.
Yeah.
If you guys live locally, I'm assuming most of you have been. But if you haven't been, go check it out. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Sure. No, we go to the fair every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's definitely number one for me.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, that's definitely something I will do every single summer. So that's a good number one.
Yeah.
That's I think the definition of making it a number one is where you don't miss it any year.
Yeah.
And I go to the fair every year at least once.
Yeah.
For the food.
Frog legs.
Yes. For the rides. For the fun. There's cool vendors too there. Somebody's on to buying something.
Yeah.
That's super unique.
My mom used to buy dryer balls at the fair every year. Is that kind of a weird thing?
That is a weird thing.
There was this one, I think they're still there too. It's this one company and they sell these, they're chemical free dryer balls. And I actually still use them in my house to this day, but they're really good. So.
Some people go to they'll go there to buy lottery tickets or they'll.
Cutco.
Yeah.
Cutco's always there.
Yeah, or they go for the pie eating contest.
I won that one year.
Okay.
I did.
Humble brag.
I actually did, yes. I was actually 11 years old, but I was a larger 11-year-old, so they put me up with the 13-year-olds.
Okay.
And I still won.
Wow.
So, I think I have the ribbon buried somewhere in my closet, actually.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah.
Pie eating champ. Nice.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
y'all suck. I was 11. Figure it out.
But they also have the farm where you can go check out the animals, interact with the animals. You can pet them. You can feed them.
They always have the piglets that are freshly born.
So cute.
Bacon.
Yeah. And then they have the plant area where you can check out the different kinds of plants.
Love plants.
And see all that. I'm just saying there's something for everybody.
Oh.
There's a thing where you can get covered in butterflies where you go in that
the butterfly garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean there's so much variety there. It's not just one thing.
The ice blowing exhibit thing you can
Yes.
Not ice blowing, glass blowing.
Glass blowing, yeah. I don't know why I agreed to that one.
Yeah, that was ice. That's incorrect. Glass blowing. Excuse me.
Ice blowing.
Idiot.
And then they have the fountains where you can go and get wet. The kids love that, where it just sprays off the floor and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's right by the concert venues.
Yes.
Well-known concerts. You get big names there every year. Mm-hmm. They'll have the regular Pacific Amphitheater where the big names are.
Yeah.
And then they have their own
the hangar.
The hangar
where the cover bands.
Yeah. And then they also have the arena where they do the pig racing, where they do the demolition derbies,
dirt bikes.
Yeah. So they have a lot of stuff there. There's something for everyone.
Absolutely.
There's so many reasons to go.
Yeah.
And just at least a couple hours, but you can easily kill a day there too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For
a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. So that's a good number one.
Yeah.
All right.
So top 5 summer activities. Go get them.
This Week in Sports.
I thought a good segue from top 5 into This Week in Sports would be to hit you with a top 5 list. So
Sure.
I saw this list online.
Okay.
Top 5 athletes of all time.
Oh boy.
So
Okay.
just give me your responses to each one.
Sure.
Okay, so number 5 is Serena Williams.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely, as far as the women's tennis game, we've never seen anybody like her. She had a dominant run, won more majors than anybody else. She was so just, as far as the women's game, she was so different because she was so powerful. I mean, the women's game, there are some powerful players, but like generally their game is more finesse. They're not ripping the serves through, but she like added a whole nother element of just power to the game. And as long as she did it, I mean, her and Venus came up in the early, the 90s. She was incredible. So I definitely agree that she should be on the top 5 as far as changing women's sports. She's definitely up there.
Okay.
For sure.
All right, number 4, Tom Brady.
Number 4?
Mm-hmm.
He was number 4?
Number 4, yep.
Oh my God. Well, I already
on my list. Like I said, it's the list I saw.
Darn it, internet.
Darn you, internet.
Darn you, internet.
That sounds so old. That's such an old sentence. Darn you, internet.
Okay. He needs to be on the list, but not number 4. For whatever reason, okay, but I'm not going to get into it.
Sure.
7 rings.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for a guy who never had these, he had a great arm, but outside of that, didn't have exactly a lot of physical gifts. Couldn't run, obviously.
Yeah.
He had 1,000 rushing yards in his career, but his career was, 20.
Yeah, but he put in the work.
That's what I'm saying.
To make up for those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was 10 times sharper up here than like anyone else you could think of in the NFL. Like
he couldn't rely on the pure just athletic gifts.
No.
So
he had to outthink you.
Yes, and then he used like form, technique, practice.
He did a segment once where he was explaining, throwing, in the NFL you have to throw receivers open, right? They're not always, it's not going to be like college where like they're just, I'm 5 yards open, I burn the guy, like I just got to throw it to him.
You're throwing it in front of them so that they're running into it and away from the defender.
He would throw some balls to Gronk and Edelman that weren't even at their chest. We're talking down towards their thigh area, but like, because he knew when the corner was going to turn to face the ball and he couldn't react.
Right.
Like things like those little minute details like that made a big difference, marching drives.
Yeah.
So he's definitely on the list, but number 4 is way too low in my opinion. So.
Yeah. And then the 1,000 rushing yards, honestly, he would have had more, except he took more knees than any quarterback. And that counts as -1 yard.
Correct.
Yeah.
You're probably at 2,000.
Because they were ahead in so many games.
Yeah.
Where he was just bleeding the clock.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
That's actually a great point. I didn't really think about that. But yeah, he probably has a lot of, probably 500-600 negative rushing yards because of just taking knees.
Taking knees, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So number 3, Babe Ruth.
Okay. Yes. Aura, history, incredible player, power hitter, the great Bambino. But I've actually changed my opinion on him in the last 10 years, I'll be honest.
Okay.
He played baseball 1910s through the late 1930s, right? That was through the dead ball era in baseball. Again, I wasn't alive, nor were you, I don't think.
No, I wasn't.
Okay, just want to clarify that. But I don't think the talent as far as pitchers was the same quality that it is now. I think you ask any journalist, reporter, scout in baseball, the guys that are throwing stuff now, it's on a whole other level of velocity and movement. And like Paul Skeens, for example, guy throws fastball's always 100. He's dotting corners, and he has this pitch. He calls it's called a splinker, where it's a splitter, but it dives. Like it doesn't go straight down. It like goes this way.
Yeah.
So I get it for the aura, the conversation. He's an historian of the game. Definitely like people for hundreds of years the name's always gonna resonate.
Yeah, Shohei was just beating some of his records recently. Yeah.
I think down the line people will talk about Shohei Ohtani before they talk about Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
I think.
Right.
But kind of fat white guy. I can relate. So Respect. He should be on there though for the aura and for the greatness that he was. Absolutely, I agree with that.
Yeah, and then as a two-way player and stuff like that.
He did pitch for the. Everyone forgets he pitched for the Boston Red Sox. Everybody forgets that.
Yeah,
but, yeah, for sure.
But I mean, speaking of Paul Skeens and Shohei Ohtani, that game when they faced each other, that was so awesome, and just to see both of them at full peak, because you saw Paul Skeens go out there and just strike Shohei out.
Absolute gas.
3 fastballs, get him.
Yep.
And then you saw Shohei adjust.
Yep.
And then the next time that he was at bat, but worked it to a 3-2 count.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like he just came out and knocked it out.
Yep.
Worked to a full count.
Read a couple pitches and then saw the fastball and that was dead center too.
Crushed
Didn't pull it. That was dead center.
That was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was cool, just seeing the current best pitcher and best hitter just go at it.
And one thing that was really cool, I read an article before that game started. I guess Paul Skeens was at the Angels because he's a local kid. He's from Del Toro High School.
Right.
He was at Ohtani's first home debut against the Oakland A's when he took a perfect game into the 7th inning.
Nice.
And like he decided that day, like I want to be like that guy.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
To have this guy who's like your idol, someone you admire and kind of like inspires you, and then just strike him out.
101 in his grill. Love it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Sure.
So number 2 on the list, Muhammad Ali.
Yeah. I can't even. Icon. For all sorts of reasons. Outside of the boxing ring, as far as what he did for African American history, being up there with Martin Luther King, as far as, wanting to make a difference in this country and being as outspoken as he was, on top of him being a showman in the ring, float like a butterfly.
Yeah, he's
being like a baby.
He's a sports platform for more than just
He understood what his platform was in that time in America and revolutionized it as far as what it means to have a platform, right? I mean, one of the greatest power boxers of all time, showman in the ring, got the feet going, was punking people. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't know enough about the history of Muhammad Ali. I've followed a lot, but definitely an icon for sure.
Yeah, I was actually an extra in the Ali movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one with Will Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm very familiar with it. But
did he box like Chris Rock or?
Jeez, that would have been something to bring up during Serena Williams because that was actually the award that he was up for. Yeah, that they let him stay in his seat till he could accept.
He played Serena and Venus' dad. Yeah. King Richard.
Yeah. And they let him stay till his award was accepted, even though he just
beat out of Chris Rock
right on stage in front of everyone.
Chris Rock, we love you. You're hilarious.
Yeah.
Don't change.
No, he handled it well.
He did.
For sure.
But yeah, Muhammad Ali definitely should be on the list. For sure.
All right, and then number 1. Any running back I'm facing in fantasy football.
No. Okay.
Any running back that you're facing in fantasy football is going to be the best athlete of all time.
I can
relate to that so much because there are so many times that I'm happy that I'm facing this running back because I look at last week and I see they did nothing. And I'm like, oh, great. Like this, why are they not putting them on their bench? Why are they not subbing them out? Why are they playing them against me?
Do you know how much I just put in my brain to talk about Michael Jordan?
I'm just going to crush this.
Oh, my God.
And then they go for like 200 all-purpose yards, a receiving touchdown, maybe a throwing touchdown, maybe a rushing touchdown.
Is that a McCaffrey reference?
Maybe they take a direct snap, and I have the quarterback. Perfect. And so my quarterback doesn't get any points, and their running back goes right in for a touchdown.
Fourth quarter, tie game, they go Wildcat, and you're screaming at the television because you know.
Yeah. They decide to have them return punts for some reason. Perfect. They take it to the house.
Perfect.
I'm like...
You both.
But yes, it should be Michael Jordan.
It should be Michael Jordan. Okay. I just put about 5 minutes in my brain, like, okay, got to talk about Jordan. So, I do agree with you, though. That's fair. We've all been there on Sunday.
So many times
that guy's the greatest athlete to ever live.
Yeah. Like, why is he facing me this week?
When was he drafted? Oh, he was undrafted. Even better. Thank you.
Oh, he's just a fill-in? Cool.
Perfect.
40 points on it.
Yeah. Drop it on your head.
Yeah.
It's not even 1 p.m. yet on the West Coast, and you know you lost.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but on serious note, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
The Jordan brand. Jumpman. whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
We all watched The Last Dance.
Yeah.
We saw the killer mentality he brought to his team.
Yes.
How he elevated, no matter the player, brought him with him.
Yep.
I mean, just ruthless aggression, ruthless mentality.
Using whatever he needed.
Whatever
to
he
get
needed.
that edge.
It didn't matter.
He would find a reason why I have to beat this team, why I have to beat this person.
Do you remember from The Last Dance? I think it was the '97 finals against Utah, and he was like in a restaurant,
Right.
in a restaurant or whatever. And some casual fan came by and said, "Hey, Jordan, great game last night." He's like, "That's all I needed."
Yeah.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. He would find something that would be like,
But it
no,
would-
I have to do this.
but it wouldn't make sense to anybody else. He's just like,
No.
"That's all I needed,"
Yeah.
and my brain just goes,
Yeah.
"It's gonna be exhausting." I mean, granted, he's a billionaire. He's worth God knows how much money. It's gonna be exhausting mentality though. He's still like this to this day.
Yeah.
When he plays golf, when he does anything,
Anything, cars, doesn't
it
matter.
doesn't matter.
Yeah. He'll find a reason why he has to beat you.
Yeah.
And then he'll make sure he beats you.
Yeah. By a
But
lot.
I mean that run, just winning 3 championships.
Mhm. They should have won 8. If you think about it.
He could have stayed, but he wanted to honor his dad because his dad wanted to be a baseball player.
Yep.
So he left and went and played baseball.
Yep.
And I mean, obviously he wasn't like excellent at baseball,
No.
but he's still an athlete. He's still good enough.
He was okay.
Yeah, he's still good enough.
Yeah.
And then he came back and won another 3.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Fresh off the field.
how do you do that?
I mean that's
And the fact that they were 3-peats.
yeah.
Like,
And the thing that's also crazy is that roster from 91 to 93 was that roster was no longer there from the run from 96 to 98. He obviously had Scottie Pippen was still there.
yeah, that's it.
But they were different teams.
Yeah.
Granted, Phil Jackson was still there, of course, to be the Zen master of the whole
The
group.
triangle and all that.
He took Dennis Rodman. I mean, that was a story from the Last Dance when I think they were in the playoffs, and Dennis told Phil, "Hey, I need to go blow off some steam for a couple days.
Right.
I'm going to Vegas for 48 hours. I'll see you on Monday before Game 3 or whatever."
Right.
And he didn't come back.
Yeah.
On time.
Yeah.
So Jordan flies out to Vegas,
Mm-hmm.
grabs Dennis out of his bed,
Yep.
says, "We gotta go."
Yep.
Like, that couldn't happen now. In today's day and age, it would never happen.
No.
But just the stories you hear about him, the trash talk on top of that, shooting free throws with his eyes closed.
Oh yeah, against
Like-
Shaq.
Yeah.
Because Shaq's obviously bad at free throws. That's why there's the Hack-a-Shaq.
Yep.
So there was that whole thing when Shaq was a rookie, and Jordan obviously great free throw shooter.
Yep.
And so he got fouled. He went to the line. He looked over at Shaq. He said, "Hey rookie," closed his eyes and just swish the free
Yeah.
throw.
Yeah.
And Shaq said he had the worst game after that.
Yeah.
Because it got in his head.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. He got in your head.
Yep.
He wasn't just a great shooter. He just have, these dynamic dunks that you can watch over and over again. It wasn't just his defense.
Mhm.
The fact that he wanted the ball at the end of the game to, put the dagger in, he had ice in his veins. It wasn't all that. It was also the mental.
Yeah.
The fact that he would find a reason to get an edge.
Yes.
He would find a way to get in your head
Mm-hmm.
and make you off.
Yeah.
And so, he was really good.
Yeah. Number 1, for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure. Or a running back you're facing in fantasy football.
Worst. If I see Blake Corum come in for Kyron Williams and drop 40 on my head, I'm going to scream. Okay, this week in sports, we're going to make it quick here.
Yeah, we'll start with Caitlin.
Caitlin
Right?
Clark.
Ladies
Sure.
first.
Yeah.
So they won again
They
last
did.
night. They won by 2.
They did.
But the team they beat by 2, the Mystics,
Mhm.
they're 0-11.
Yeah.
They have not won a single game.
0.
And they beat them by 2.
Yep.
The Fever have not scored more than 88 points in any game they've played.
Yep.
And the Fever are 3-9.
Yep.
The Fever are, I think, the 11th seed right now, or 12th seed, right around there. So they are locked in to have another good draft pick to go with Caitlin. And there's a bunch of players that want to join the Fever just to be an enforcer.
Yeah.
Because everybody is
Cheap shot.
attacking her,
Cheap shot in there.
trying to get her off her game,
Yeah.
talking trash on
She
her.
dropped 30 again last night. You saw
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Talking trash on her because all she can do is shoot threes. Well, not really. Her assists are actually, she's got some amazing
She
passes.
can dice them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they're just throwing everything and the kitchen sink at her.
I mean, that people have talked that WNBA, it's a notoriously aggressive game. Like, they're playing hard defense.
Mhm.
I just hope the WNBA the players, the coaches, the whole league understands what they have. She's a great player,
Right.
but understand what she's doing to grow the game.
Right.
There's never been eyeballs on the WNBA. Like when's the last time you'd watch? Never. Right? Be honest. Be honest.
I literally never watched a single WNBA game.
That's exactly the point.
The first WNBA game I ever watched was her first game with the Fever.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just, they're gonna be aggressive. They're gonna play, but just understand like what your opportunity is right now to grow the game.
Yeah.
And that's ultimately, in my opinion, that there should be nothing more important than that. Yeah. Granted, there's been greats that have come up. I mean, we're talking Diana Taurasi, Lisa Leslie, Tamika Catchings. There's been plenty of greats before her, but there's never been exposure like there is right now.
Yeah, so they need to take
advantage of it.
Yes. So. Instead of just like attacking her because they're, I don't know. I don't know if it's jealousy. I don't know if they're just they feel disrespected because
that's what I'm thinking.
They've been in this league for however many years,
and now
they think that they're better than her and just as deserving as this attention.
Yeah,
but she's the one
that's
bringing the attention. Bringing the.
I agree with that. I don't think it's a jealousy thing. I think it's the fact that, hey, I've been grinding in this league for 7-8 years, making $185,000.
Yeah, I'm here for a reason too. I'm just as good as her, so why are you just paying attention to her?
That's what I think it comes down to.
Full of disrespect, but you should also pay attention to what this does for you.
Yes.
Not just what it does for her.
This is the first year the WNBA's ever had chartered flights.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
So.
Come on.
Just understand the moment, and don't get too upset in your britches or whatever you want. That's an old school word, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't think they wear britches anymore. I think
what is
shorts now?
What is a bridge? Is that a?
I don't know. But there's always more than one of them.
We're gonna have to fact check that. Actually, I'm not sure what that is, but
okay, so that's WNBA.
WNBA.
So now we have the NBA.
Yes.
NBA Finals.
NBA Finals.
I mean, Luka and Kyrie, they're excellent.
Yep.
But there's only two of them. So they have to really ball out and carry this team.
Yes.
Whereas you have the Celtics, who have Tatum, they have Brown, and now they have Porzingis back. So now they have their big three. And I felt like having him back, if he wasn't able to come back, that game would have been way more competitive, and I think the Mavs could have won.
Yep.
But having Porzingis back, he is that X factor, that 7-footer who was dunking on people. He was making mid-range.
He threw a three from 29 feet.
Yeah, he hit one from the logo.
Yeah.
And it was like smooth. He just shot it up, went right in. He was blocking everybody that tried to get past him.
Yep.
He's fast, and he's faster than the people that are shorter than him. So he was getting around these people. Like, he's the X factor.
Yeah,
I think I thought he was going to be compromised, which is why he wasn't the starter, because of his calf.
Yeah. I
felt like if he was compromised or if he wasn't able to go, they could have won that. With him in, they looked like the better team.
Yeah, they did. And I hate to say it because I hate Boston.
I do too. I don't want them to get an 18th chip.
No.
I want the Mavs to get their second chip, and I want it to leave it at that.
Yep.
I know Kyrie gets his revenge over the Celtics.
I would love to see it go to 6 and see... No, Game 6 would be in Dallas. I would love it to go 7 and Kyrie wins on the Garden floor.
Right.
Bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
just the ultimate bleep you, Boston.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been fantastic, but they got to figure out Porzingis.
They do.
If they can't figure him out, it's over.
I think it's over in 5.
Yeah.
How...
They made it competitive towards the end, though. They got it down to 8 points.
But they were drained.
Yes, that's the problem. If they had still had enough in the tank when they got it to 8, I think they could have won it.
Yeah.
So I was really excited when they got it there, but then they couldn't hold it. It just went right back up to 20-point lead.
Yeah.
So really, they got to figure him out.
Game 2's on Sunday, tomorrow?
It's Sunday, yeah.
So we'll see if Dallas can figure it out tomorrow. But yeah, I think...
Oh yeah, you come back to Dallas with a 1-1 split.
Perfect.
Totally different.
Perfect.
You come back to Dallas 2-0, like that's going to be rough.
Yeah, I agree.
But, yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Go Mavs.
Go Mavs. Hey, anybody but Boston forever.
Yes.
Please. One last...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, no.
One last thing I want to touch on.
Is this about basketball?
It is not.
Okay. So NFL announced, I saw this, that because of like gang issues in Brazil,
Oh, yeah.
the 2 teams that are going to Brazil, they told them that they cannot wear green. Now, I don't know if the NFL just discovered that there were gang issues associated with the color green, but if they knew this at all before they booked these teams, why did you pick the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles to play in a game where they can't wear green?
Yeah.
They're both built around the color green.
Yeah, that's literally their main color scheme.
That's their main color scheme for both jerseys, the logos, everything.
Yep.
The G in Green Bay is green.
Yep.
The helmets of the Eagles are green. Like, how's this going to work? Is it going to be Packers in all yellow, like Color Rush jerseys? And then the Eagles in all black Color Rush?
Yeah.
And then the numbers are white, the logos are white? Like, how do you not wear green with these 2 teams? That makes no sense.
I saw that article, and I thought it was bizarre as well, that you took 2 teams that green is a main part of the color scheme.
There's so many teams in the NFL that don't wear green.
Again, I don't know how true this. I don't know if this was just one of the players talking, but like they're talking about like they're gonna have to be transported in armored cars from their hotel to the stadium. I heard that somewhere.
Like a Brinks truck?
I don't know, but like again, I understand growing the NFL, trying to get international, but like if that's really legit, like they can't be wearing green on the field because of gang affiliations and stuff in Rio de Janeiro or where people in Rio. I don't know. Whatever.
Like,
I don't know.
It just. I saw that and I was like, what is going on?
Yeah. They actually put up a pretty funny clip of the old school Eagles jerseys, like the really old school that were like the light blue and yellow.
Oh.
And then the Packers have like the brown helmets with like the packing district jerseys.
Wow. So it'll look like it's like the Browns versus UCLA?
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. You're going to have to read the bottom of the screen to figure out who's playing
that
who.
screams ratings.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I saw that. But yeah, kind of, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm sure, again, NFL always puts on a great product, all the hype, all the drama. It's always a great product, but we'll see.
Maybe not that Germany game either, though.
Well,
Panthers, Giants?
Danny Dimes, line it up.
No.
Guten
Not
Tag?
without Saquon.
Guten Tag?
No.
No, not
I
even.
know.
Roast?
No, I don't think that. I think that's going to be 2 flops.
How much beer do you think has to be consumed in that stadium before they're like, oh, this is actually like not bad?
A lot.
A lot.
Probably starts Q1.
Easy.
Yeah.
Like probably for breakfast before like.
Well, like I said, they're used to soccer over there, so they're used to like, you know, an ending of, you know, like 1-0.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So if
it'd be like a soccer match.
If they win by like a safety or a field goal, it'll be a normal score for them. But
a nice 2-0 final.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just don't think the
NFL Network's gonna love that. That's 6:30 out here in California, just so you know.
Yeah,
I'm not getting
up early.
I'm getting up at 6 a.m. to watch a 2-0.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'll have to really think about that as we come around.
At least you'll recognize the jerseys, not like the Brazil game.
That's true. That's true.
At least you'll know what teams are on the field.
Very true.
All right, what were you gonna say?
Last thing I just wanted to touch on. It actually happened when I was back on my birthday. Went to the Angels-Yankees game. So, Angels concession workers, they work for a third-party company called Legends. And they're all over MLB. They run all the concession stands. The Angels concession workers actually held a protest inside the stadium gates.
At the game you were at?
At the game.
Okay.
20 minutes before the game started.
Is that why you went to Brewery X instead of...
No, I actually didn't realize. I actually saw it on Twitter, and I texted my buddy who was there too.
You thought they were just having a meeting outside or something?
No, I just saw the video. I didn't like see it in real time. I was in my seat. I saw the video.
I thought you walked past protesters and later was like, hey, is that what that was?
But apparently what's happening, it really makes me mad again, just being old school, appreciating.
Well, you worked in the ballpark, didn't you?
I did, yeah, for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
So they, as a lot of stadiums have now post-COVID, have gone to this touchless transaction system where you tap your card and you go.
Yeah.
So no cash tips are no longer a thing.
Right.
So whenever you're going up to these, the iPad things and you tap 15% or whatever, apparently a lot of those tips aren't going to those workers.
Where do they go?
Going back into the company that is Legends.
Oh, they keep their tips.
So
Wow.
I don't, again, this is just an article I read. Don't fact check me out. This is, again, just an article I saw from the Orange County Register.
I understand getting taxed on your tips, but not keeping your
From
tips.
my understanding is 80% maybe more of those tips are going back into the third-party company that is Legends.
They never see a dime of it.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
So whatever you're tipping, 18%, 15%, or whatever the little buttons say.
You're just saying, thanks, Legends, for the convenience. Wow.
So again, I think this is going to be an ongoing issue. I haven't heard any more since then.
Yeah.
But as someone who worked there for 3.5 years, and great experience working there. I loved everyone I worked with. The fans are always fun coming in typically.
Sure.
But I really feel for those people because I know how crazy those beer stands can get, concession stands can get when you're just wheeling people out.
But the tips make it worth it.
Correct. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I really appreciate everything you guys do as I worked there for 3 years with you guys between guest relations and everything else. So thank you. And I hope at the end of this that we rectify the issue and you guys get the compensation you deserve. So
Yeah, you earned it, so you should get it.
yeah, 100%. Anyway, that's it.
All right.
Where do we go from here? There you go.
To Father's Day.
Hey!
All right. Little Parker gets to celebrate his first Father's
That's right.
Day.
Call me Papa.
Yeah. Now, we know what he did for Mother's Day.
Yep.
So, does he up the ante for Dad? Does he lower the bar? Or do we find out that Parker does not yet have a favorite?
Well, I mean, favorite. We all anyway. I don't know. I'm excited. My first Father's Day, obviously. We don't have a ton of things lined up. I mean, also my parents are coming down for a brunch on Sunday, so we're gonna have brunch together, which will be really nice.
Okay.
But the rest of the day, I mean, per Alyssa, it's kind of it's kind of up to me. So if I want to go to the pool, there's a great barbecue spot not far from us. Maybe get some takeout from them.
Sure.
It's also the U.S. Open for golf, which she hates golf, but I love golf. So maybe
Dream big.
Maybe
Pull that card.
maybe watch some of that, and just kind of hanging on. I don't think it's anything over the top, but I'm excited. I'm definitely excited for sure.
Well, I'm excited for you to celebrate your first Father's Day. That's awesome.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We have no favorites here, so thank you everyone for coming in.
Yeah.
If you are itching for a family-owned restaurant or itching after a dive bar, please let us know. We take all suggestions and warnings.
Not like literally itching, but like itching to like tell us about it.
Both.
Oh.
If they're itching after they leave, we want to know so we don't go there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's off the list. Please.
Yes. Please let us remove it.
But again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. We love doing this as much as we can. Just keep watching, enjoy it, and again, any suggestions, please let us know.
Absolutely. Well, thank you from the bottom of our promo koozie-sized hearts. Take care out there.
Cheers.
Cheers.